Meghan Markle is truly one of the most dangerous public figures on the world stage at the moment. She needs to be stopped.
Meghan Markle's failed plan to bag a billionaire as her marriage to Prince Harry becomes more unhappy by the day.
February 2026. Dubai International Airport was glowing under brutal desert heat, lights flashing off polished floors and private jets lined up like trophies. When Meghan Markle stepped off her private jet, she was expecting the full royal spectacle. Red carpets rolled out, cameras firing non-stop, that superstar glow she believes follows her everywhere. She came dressed to command the room, ready for what she privately called her Power Week. Behind closed doors, the schedule was tight and serious. Private meetings with luxury brand executives, quiet strategy talks with powerful media bosses.
Meghan Markle is always attempting to, shall we say, build relationships with very, very, very rich.
She will find a way to bounce past him to some other taker who might actually just love the guy. She will take her royal kids, who can still go by prince and princess, and find the bill.
Even a discreet dinner planned with billionaire investors from the golf world. Every move of her so-called Grand March was mapped out with precision. Then, in a split second, it all crashed. Minutes after landing, the energy shifted. Border officers approached her calmly but firmly. No smiles, no VIP escort.
That has made them look ridiculous around virtually the whole world, not least because that mockery was so accurate. I mean, I can't imagine they've got an ego big enough to bear.
Your family, you should be so thankful this woman wanted to leave, because she's not going to bring any good to the branding of royal. She's going to downgrade it to a level of ghetto, and that's what it is. This is just bad.
She was guided away from the public eye into a private room and questioned for more than an hour. No flashing cameras, no dramatic crowd, just closed doors and heavy silence that felt suffocating. Then came the shockwave. The Duchess of Sussex was denied entry into the United Arab Emirates. Yes, denied. Refused. Placed back on the very same jet she arrived in. Word spread through terminals and newsrooms at lightning speed. But the real twist wasn't just the rejection.
Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle, they've just learned the hardest of lessons, which is, if you start a brawl, do not be surprised if you end up getting punched twice as hard.
Ruined Harry. Now that the once carefree, fun-loving prince has turned into a miserable moaner, lashing out from the depths of his paranoia at a world he thinks is conspiring against.
Instead of calling the US Embassy, Meghan reportedly reached out directly to the British royal family. According to reports, she pleaded for diplomatic support, pointing to her royal ties as Prince Harry's wife and mother of 2 royal offspring. Think about that. This is the same woman who publicly described the royals as cold, cruel, even racist. The same woman who sat down and revealed private family matters to the world. Now, suddenly, she was asking for backup. And the response? Ice cold.
Because these billionaires can sense one thing. When you're not looking for a partner, you're looking for a solution. And that's obviously the lane that Meghan Markle's in now. She doesn't make really her own money. This whole Netflix thing is just a ruse. We all know this is made up just to give her something to. She's already gotten the benefit of her bargain with Harry because she got the title. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be world famous. She wanted the title. You remember when Harry was single, he was the elephant. He was the one, the most eligible bachelor on earth. You could be a royal. You could become world famous overnight. You could live in a castle. You could have access to the crown jewels. You would be a princess. My God, yes, he could have had his.
By February 5th, 2026, Buckingham Palace was at the center of a media storm. One message, just 17 words, shook everything. It didn't come from an unnamed insider. It came directly from Prince William. His statement hit like a royal thunderclap online. The British royal family will not provide diplomatic sponsorship for Meghan Markle. She no longer represents the crown in any form, nor is she authorized to invoke our name for private endeavors.
Well, that makes, you just go, and Harry's probably thinking, I don't want the press anywhere near there. But she loves to, this is how need to be a wannabe. It's that wannabe need for fame. And therein lies the problem. And for her, it's a drug for her.
Let that sit. No soft tone, no polite distance, no quiet avoidance. This was public separation, spoken clearly by the future king himself. For the first time in modern royal memory, a senior royal didn't just step back from a family member. He did it out loud in front of the world. And it went even further. After that first blast, the palace message cut deeper, slicing away any remaining suggestion of royal backing. The follow-up made the line impossible to miss. Her current activities, travels, and affiliations are not coordinated with, nor endorsed by, the royal household.
But this woman is nothing but a publicity whore. It's a term of art. We broke the news that she had Prince Harry on her vision board when she was younger. That was her goal, #goal, to marry Prince Harry. So it was all about getting the title. She's done that now. Now she's just stuck with this depressed ginger who has absolutely no family, no friends, and no money. This was not part of the...
The United Kingdom's diplomatic channels remain governed by His Majesty's government and respective consular authorities, not by spousal entitlement or media status. Those words landed like frozen steel. Spousal entitlement. Media status. Diplomatic language, yes, but the meaning was crystal clear. This wasn't just formality. This was a boundary drawn in thick ink. Prince William wasn't whispering through aides. He was sending a message straight to the world. Marriage to Prince Harry does not equal royal authority. Titles don't unlock diplomatic doors. And private business deals don't get palace protection. The line in the sand had been drawn. Bold, public, and impossible to ignore. Her Hollywood fame meant nothing, and her Duchess title, dead weight. So what actually went down in Dubai to spark this royal shockwave?
There that she's still married. I mean, this woman's going to keep trying to get elevated with the next man because that's what she wants. Because, Harry at this point doesn't even have enough money for her. And so she needs to find the man that's going to really give her what she wants financially.
How did one of the richest, flashiest cities on earth slam its golden gates in Meghan Markle's face? Something huge had to go sideways. And it wasn't just bad timing. Sources close to UAE border operations and diplomatic insiders reveal the chaos. Meghan didn't exactly sneak in under the radar. She arrived first class, expecting nothing less than queen-level treatment. Insiders say she demanded a VIP welcome, no questions asked. A smooth red carpet touchdown was supposed to set the stage for her next luxury brand move, a dazzling deal with elite golf brands and billionaire sponsors.
Netflix will, allow their relationship with Prince Harry to expire, but they are holding on tightly to Meghan to work with Meghan in hopes that if there is a divorce, they would get the exclusive and pounce on that access to Meghan because they know that that's the next big thing that would.
Instead, she stepped straight into a nightmare, dressed to stun in runway-level designer outfits, flawless under the airport lights, with a tight entourage trained to one rule: stay silent, stay classy. Every move was calculated to make this high-stakes, ultra-private trip look seamless and scandal-free. But that plan vanished the second she hit immigration. The energy shifted instantly. UAE officers pulled her aside for routine questions. Then, without warning, she was escorted into a private room for a standard review. Passports inspected. No shouting, no scene, but the silence spoke volumes. You are not welcome here. The message was clear. No explanation, no discussion, just a verdict that turned her trip upside down. Within an hour, Meghan was guided back through the terminal, dodging cameras, and put on the next flight out. No arrest, no formal report, absolutely zero royal-style exit. UAE authorities stayed completely quiet afterward.
She flirts openly with other men. I remember when she was at that tennis match, looked like she was flirting with Serena Williams' husband, like with her skirt and just how she just looks at men. Harry doesn't matter.
Here's the kicker. Under Article 11 of the UAE federal law on entry and residence, border officials don't owe anyone an explanation. They can deny entry to anyone at any time. No reason required, no appeal allowed. But Meghan didn't go quietly. Multiple insiders claimed that as she was being escorted out, she tried to pull rank, flashing her royal connections and hoping that crown privilege would swing the gates open, and it spectacularly backfired. Picture this. The same woman who once sat with Oprah, calling the royal family cold, controlling, and unsupportive. The same woman who said she'd been silenced and forced to flee the UK for freedom, now dialing the palace hotline, begging the same royals she publicly blasted to step in. Sources tied to the UAE's Foreign Affairs Network say she didn't just ask politely, she argued hard.
I'm telling you, Meghan's new publicity team, Meghan's new publicist is getting their money's worth. Between the last 2 weeks, Meghan is back in the game. They don't have anything of value to promote right now. This desperation we're seeing from Harry and Meghan is to establish themselves before William becomes king and strips them of any relevancy whatsoever.
She hit border officials with 3 main points. First, she's still married to Prince Harry, a direct member of the royal bloodline. Second, she's the mother of 2 royal offspring recognized under Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. Third, and that last piece, that's where it gets really spicy. Sources hint that those school registrations weren't just routine. They might tie into ongoing jurisdictional issues with California's offspring protection authorities. Why would a simple school enrollment draw this much heat? The whispers started fast and spread faster. Back in Dubai, Meghan's appeals didn't just vanish into red tape. They reportedly went straight to Buckingham Palace, and that's when the hammer dropped. Cold, hard, final. No polite brush-off, no soft diplomatic touch. Meghan was officially on her own. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a no. This was a historic royal shutdown. Prince William followed up with UAE officials, sharper and colder than before. Surgical in tone, the message was clear. Meghan Markle's current travels are a matter for the appropriate consular authorities. We will not intervene. Can you imagine that? The future King of England basically told a foreign government, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is no longer our problem. No royal protection, no diplomatic cover, zero backup. She was officially cut off completely. And just when it seemed it couldn't get colder, Princess Anne entered the scene with the knockout punch. If William slammed the royal door, Anne locked it shut. Hours later, she delivered a statement to Commonwealth officials and key diplomats that landed like a thunderclap.
It's living a life that she's winning and she's doing all these great things, but the reality is not that. The reality is she's a joke. It's embarrassing at this point. It's like, oh my gosh, for real, Meghan, you did that? You're gonna keep doing this? I mean, wow.
Her words, icy, brutal, crystal clear. Meghan Markle and her husband do not act on behalf of the crown, the monarchy, or the United Kingdom. Any attempt to link their actions to the institution is purely speculative, legally unsubstantiated, and flat out rejected. Anne didn't stop there. She doubled down, warning against any use of royal titles. No business deals, no promotions, no media projects, no international ventures, even hinting at royal ties was off limits. This wasn't a polite clarification. It was a global royal warning shot. Meghan's royal privileges? Done. Dusty. Gone. The world got the memo loud and clear. Meghan Markle isn't speaking for the crown anymore. She's selling for herself. And here's where it gets even juicier. This Dubai fallout isn't just a one-off scandal. Insiders say it's the public eruption of months of behind-the-scenes cracks.
I hate to repeat it, but this just doesn't make sense. Why are we seeing so much of this woman who doesn't have anything to offer us?
Well, that's the point. I'm not sure Prince Harry has much to, or Harry has much to.
Hell to the no.
The Montecito dream, all that glam, influence, and brand control, is starting to crumble like an empire built on borrowed prestige and high-level connections. It's slipping right through her fingers. And the part Meghan doesn't want anyone to know? The truth about Montecito finally surfaced. Sources close to the mansion confirmed what had been whispered for months. Meghan and Harry didn't leave voluntarily. They were forced out after months of tension, delayed rent, unauthorized renovations, and fiery disputes over unpaid back taxes pushed everything past the breaking point. On January 14, 2026, the so-called royal exiles were officially removed from the estate. No drama, no cameras, no shouting, just cold, hard eviction. Paperwork did all the talking. A quiet court filing buried deep in Santa Barbara County records tells the story in blunt legal language. No sugarcoating, no spin. The empire of glamour, crumbling. The crown's protection, gone. And the Montecito mansion, just one more public sign that even the most polished royal image can fall apart fast.
The idea that Harry will be getting his security back, which of course has not been formally confirmed, but is something that royalists like me very much fear, because it means he's going to be over more and more to try and cause trouble for William and destabilize the monarchy.
The final note? The private lease wasn't renewed, conflict with contractual use. Translation, the landlord had officially had enough, completely done. The eviction was swift, silent, and zero Hollywood sparkle. Gone were the days of Oprah interviews, designer backdrops, and royal glam brunches. What replaced it? locked gates and reality crashing down full force. And that was just the opening act. As their living situation unraveled, so did their business empire. Enter the Spotify meltdown. Their once celebrated $25 million deal, hailed as a bold independent comeback, had completely fallen apart by late 2025. Why? Brutal. Low output, weak engagement, and endless drama over creative control. What was supposed to be a media empire turned into another royal disaster. One contract, one controversy, one cancellation at a time. They produced a single underperforming podcast season. That's it.
Meghan actually told him that she would never return to the UK. And that absolutely backs up what I have said for so long, that she was plotting to bring down the British royal family, because otherwise she would absolutely have intended.
One season from a $25 million deal, and even Spotify couldn't spin it into a hit. The hype evaporated fast. Their comeback? More like static than a victory beat. Then came the Netflix crash. What started as a promised $100 million mega deal for documentaries, features, and global projects was quietly slashed to a loose holding agreement. Insiders point to low viewership, behind-the-scenes tension, and rising brand risk linked to the Sussex name. By January 2026, Netflix quietly let contracts lapse. No renewals, no new shows, no second chances. The golden goose had stopped laying, and the streamer stopped pretending it mattered. A billion-dollar royal fantasy unraveling fast. Deals collapsing, doors slamming shut, Montecito glam turning into a full-blown PR nightmare. Next up, the Arch Foundation investigation. Once hailed as Meghan's philanthropic centerpiece, it's now at the center of dual probes in the US and UK. Authorities are reportedly digging into misused funds, sloppy taxes, and questionable severance payouts. Former staff aren't staying silent either. Several have filed civil suits for wrongful termination and unpaid wages. U.S. federal agents are reportedly examining false representations in partnership contracts tied to Meghan's wellness ventures. This isn't a hiccup. It's a full-blown legal and reputational storm that could scorch whatever's left of her brand. See the pattern? This isn't bad luck or sloppy management. It's a chain reaction. Every project Meghan's touched since cutting ties with the royal family seems to crumble in real time.
Everything she touches turns to shit. And I think every sort of creative person behind her or deep pocket behind her knows it's an extraordinary risk. She's too toxic to touch.
One scandal after another, one failed deal after the next. And just when it seemed it couldn't get worse, the Tyler Perry betrayal hit. The twist? No one saw it coming. Remember Tyler Perry, the man who opened his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion to Meghan and Harry when they first fled the UK? The same man who gave them shelter, privacy, and a home when the world turned its back? Now reports claim Perry has filed a legal case accusing the couple of manipulating him into transferring money under false pretenses. That's right. The very man who once called them family is now calling them deceptive. Let that sink in. What does it take to lose a friend that loyal? Every door that once opened is slamming shut. Every ally once by their side is rethinking loyalty. The glamorous world of Montecito? Collapsing fast. And the fallout? Just getting started.
Harry just can't give her anything else anymore. He served his purpose. His purpose is over, and they're no longer aligned in purpose. So it's for her, it's time to move.
A new poll reveals that the declining arc of Harry's popularity has accelerated into a high-speed plummet.
She had a packed schedule to get back to California for Archie and Lily's spring semester registration. But none of it mattered. Dubai had drawn its line in the sand, and even royal ties couldn't cross it. How deep does chaos have to run for someone who once sheltered you at your lowest to flip and become a legal rival? The fallout is brutal. Insiders say that just as the Dubai denial hit global headlines, whispers started swirling about what's being called the 4-point risk assessment, a secret checklist that may explain why UAE officials slammed their golden gates on Meghan Markle. Yes, under Emirati law, border officers have total discretion. But this wasn't random. Something serious was brewing behind that airport curtain. The 4-point risk assessment, insiders say, was a confidential memo circulated before her denial. If leaks are accurate, this wasn't about paperwork. It was about reputation, influence, and risk. Diplomatic sources report that UAE authorities ran a full image audit before her plane even touched down. Allegedly, Meghan's team tried to fast-track clearance through unofficial channels, flaunting royal connections and global influence, and that instantly triggered red flags. You don't flex titles in Emirati airspace without government clearance. Point 2, media sensitivity. Officials worried Meghan's arrival could trigger a full-blown media circus. Cameras, influencers, luxury brand crews swarming the airport.
This woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
Dubai wasn't about to let a publicity storm overshadow official events that week. It's not Hollywood, it's a sovereign nation, they reportedly said. Point 3, financial clarity. Investigators flagged inconsistencies between Meghan's declared travel purpose and the sponsorship funds behind her supposed golf brand deal. Her paperwork didn't match her story, and in Dubai, that's a deal breaker. Point 4, cultural integrity. This one stung. Meghan's recent controversies and reputation battles were seen as potentially disruptive to social harmony and national values. Officials didn't want imported drama on Emirati soil. Together, these 4 points painted a crystal clear picture. Meghan Markle wasn't just a VIP traveler, she was a potential liability. Within minutes of the memo reaching senior officials, her entry was canceled, her passport returned, and the door slammed shut. What was meant to be a glam trip became a global headline she couldn't outrun. Backlash was immediate. Within hours, international media exploded with screaming headlines. Duchess denied. Paparazzi footage showed her team scrambling to block cameras while reporters shouted questions. Clips went viral before her plane even left the runway. By the time she landed back in California, the world had already decided. The royal rebel had finally hit a wall. No charm, no silver tongue. PR experts called it a career-level crisis. The Dubai denial wasn't just a border issue. It was a global reputation collapse. Insiders say Meghan was furious and heartbroken, calling it a political setup meant to humiliate her. UK diplomatic sources painted an even colder picture. Meghan had created her own storm. Royal commentators called it the final unraveling of her post-royal brand. Former allies paused deals and froze contracts, while the palace stayed silent. Her comeback machine kicked in immediately. Crisis meetings, PR rewrites, frantic lawyer calls. Social media posts were scrubbed, press pitches deleted, legal threats sent. But the story only spread faster. Advisors reportedly pulled back, worried about the backlash as Meghan's empire started cracking under pressure. By mid-February, her once polished image of empowerment and elegance was unraveling, leaving one question: what's next? And where is Harry? Will he stay locked in quiet isolation, standing by Meghan as the walls close in? Or will this latest humiliation finally wake him up? People close to the couple say tension has been building for months. Long nights, endless talks, and even longer silences echoing through their California home. Maybe Harry is starting to see that the freedom he fought for has turned into a cage he can't escape. Once the bold prince breaking royal rules, now a man trapped in a media storm, unable to control the narrative or flee the scrutiny. Only time will tell if he walks out of the storm or stays drenched, shivering, convincing himself this is the life he chose. The once golden couple of modern royalty now stands at a crossroads. Redemption or total collapse? Can Meghan bounce back, rebuild her empire, and rise again? Will Harry finally reach his breaking point and break free? The world is watching, and the clock is ticking. And if you watch this and have thoughts, drop them in the comments below. If this breakdown made you see things differently, hit subscribe and stay locked in for more deep dives like this. Don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who needs to see it.